Princess, the grace of Lord Caranler has brought you command of the Hive Army. You must reach the surface within. Failure is not tolerable.
Between us and the surface dwellers are the dwarves. We are already in their realm. They are mortal enemies to the deep elves. But remember, my failure is your failure. The Ageless Ones will have your head as readily as mine.
Your view is nothing to the Fallen. Their only significance, they are between us and our goal.
They do, in fact, stand between you and your goal. More so than even the Ageless Ones know.
What do they have to oppose us?
This realm is the last of the dwarves' strongholds. Here King Thurveld remains, keeping guard over the stone gate, our door to the surface. The gate is more than mere stone and steel. It was constructed by magical means centuries ago to entomb the creatures of the Underrealm, to banish my people.
We will destroy the gate.
The gate is protected by the magic of the elves, fed by the power of a sanctuary. The sanctuary has to be destroyed for the gate to be unmade.
We will destroy the sanctuary.
We will. Set your forces to constructing a base. From here we shall push the dwarves into the darkness and break the stone gate. The light is our enemy. Resistance is
Ageless
pointless.
One, you call.
Power above all. Spread the darkness. My opponents will be crushed. Move aside. All will feel misery.
Ageless One.
The light is our enemy. I head towards victory. Spread the darkness. I head towards victory. Move aside. My opponents will be crushed. Spread the darkness. Move aside.
You will be run to the ground, Elf Witch. We will chase you back to the pit from whence you came.
Weak dwarves. Your bones will rot in these caverns. Die. All will feel misery. Leave none alive. My opponents will be crushed.
It was hard fought. We may use our harvesters in battle. They can grab and hold small creatures with their claws.
Curious.
You call. Your desire? Ageless One.
Power above all. Resistance is pointless. The light is our enemy. Power above all.
You call. With haste. Your desire? You call. Ageless one. Your desire?
Resistance is pointless.
Ageless one. As you desire. With haste.
Power above all. Move aside. Resistance is pointless. My opponents will be crushed. Power above all. Move aside. Resistance is pointless. Die. Power above all. All will feel misery. Resistance is pointless. My opponents will be crushed. Move aside. I head towards victory. My opponents will be crushed. I head towards victory. Leave none alive. All will feel misery. The light is our enemy. Resistance is pointless. Power above all. Resistance is pointless. Power above all. All will feel misery. My opponents will be crushed. Die! Move aside. My opponents will be crushed. The light is our enemy. Move aside. I head towards victory. Power above all.
Your desire? As you desire. You call. With haste. As you desire. As you desire. With haste.
Resistance is pointless. Move aside. All will feel misery. My opponents will be crushed. Leave none alive. Leave none alive. Resistance is pointless. Power above all. I head towards victory. My opponents will be crushed. Resistance is pointless. All will feel misery. The light is our enemy. All will feel misery. Take heed! Earth elementals! The dwarf lords use the force of the very ground we stand upon against us. The light is our enemy. Move aside. My opponents will be crushed. I head towards victory. Spread the darkness. I head towards victory.
I await your summons. We move in the shadows.
Power above all. I shall douse the light. I'm listening. I will
The light
find
is our
their
enemy.
souls. Spread the
None
darkness.
shall resist us. I will need fresh graves. I will find their souls. What would you have of me? I will need fresh graves. I will find their souls. I will need fresh graves.
Resistance is pointless.
I shall douse the light. What would you have of me? None shall resist us.
The light is our enemy.
I'm listening. I will need fresh graves.
Resistance is pointless. Move aside. Die. Spread the darkness. Power
I
above
shall douse
all.
the light. I will find their souls.
All will feel misery.
None shall resist us. I will need fresh graves. I'm listening. I will find their souls. None shall resist us.
What do you want from me? Onward. We move in the shadows.
Ageless One.
Resistance is pointless.
I'm listening. None shall resist us. I will find their souls.
I await your summons.
Your desire?
What do you want from me?
Ageless One.
We shall prevail. Onward.
Power above all. All will feel misery. My opponents will be crushed. Spread the darkness.
I'm listening.
Resistance is
I await
pointless.
your summons. We move in the shadows.
Look you there. That artifact is from the riches of vile King Thurveld. His treasury must be nearby. Move. We must find it. Power above all. My opponents will be crushed. The light is
What
our
do you
enemy.
want from me?
Move aside. I head towards victory. Power above
We
all.
shall prevail. Onward. Onward. We move in the shadows. Onward. We move in the shadows.
Look. We are near the Dwarven treasury.
We move in the shadows.
Your desire, ageless one, as you desire.
The light
What
is
do
our
you
enemy.
want from me? I await your summons. Onward. We shall prevail.
You call.
Power above all. My opponents will be crushed. All will feel misery.
None shall
What would you
resist
have
us. Of me.
Resistance is pointless. Move aside.
Your desire, you call.
I await your summons. We move in the shadows.
The light is our enemy. Power above all.
We shall prevail. What do you want from me?
The light is our enemy. Power above all.
I await your summons.
All will feel misery. Resistance is pointless.
We shall prevail.
All will feel misery.
I await your summons. Onward.
The light is our enemy.
Bersericon, the Demon Lord. To arms, brothers, to arms! The treasure must be protected.
I head towards victory.
We shall prevail.
All will feel misery.
I'm listening. I will need fresh graves.
Resistance is pointless. Move aside. Spread the darkness. The light light is our enemy. I think it is safe to say the dwarves have no further need of King Thurveld's treasure. Move aside. Spread the darkness. Move aside. I head towards victory. Resistance is pointless. Power above all. All will feel misery.
Ageless One.
I await your summons.
You call. Ageless One.
The light is our enemy. All will feel misery. My opponents will be crushed.
What do you want from me? We move in the shadows.
Mark you, the sanctuary of the dwarves. It must be destroyed at once.
Stand you back, Elf Witch. I am Lockmorn Bonesplitter, son of King Thurvald. Back to your pit, witch. The dwarves are ready to settle accounts.
What would you have of me? I will find their
Power
souls.
above all. Spread the darkness.
I shall douse the
Resistance
light.
is pointless. Move aside.
I'm listening.
Your desire?
The light is our enemy. Power above all. Spread the darkness.
Ageless One. Your desire?
Resistance is pointless. Leave none alive. Power above all.
None shall resist us. I'm listening. I will need
Resistance
fresh
is
graves.
pointless.
None shall resist us. What would you have of me? I will
Power
find
above
their
all.
souls. I shall douse the light. None shall resist us. I'm listening.
Resistance
What
is
would you
pointless.
have of me? None shall resist us. I will need
Power
fresh
above
graves.
all. All will feel
I'm
misery.
listening.
Resistance
What
is
would you
pointless.
have of me?
All will
I
feel
shall
misery.
douse the light. What would you have of me?
The light is our
I
enemy.
shall douse
None
the
shall
light. Resist us.
Resistance is
I
pointless.
shall douse the
Power
light.
above all. Move
I'm
aside.
listening.
Resistance is pointless. I head
I
towards
shall
victory.
douse the light. I'm listening. I will need fresh graves. I will find their souls. I will find their souls. None shall resist us. Of me. I'm listening. I will need fresh graves. I will need fresh graves. I will find their souls. None shall resist us. What would you have of me? I will find their souls. I'm listening.
Power above
None
all.
shall resist us. The light.
Princess, it seems your lovely face has healed since our last dance. I think, however, we must make certain this is our last encounter.
Your son had the same venom in his tongue before I cut it out.
Die, witch!
All will feel misery.
None shall resist us. I shall douse the light.
The light is our enemy. Power above all. Resistance is pointless.
None shall resist us.
You call. You desire.
All will feel misery.
What would you have of me? I'm listening.
Ageless one. With haste. Your desire.
Resistance is pointless. My opponents will be crushed.
I shall douse the light.
Power above all.
None shall resist us. I will need fresh graves. I will find their souls. I will need fresh graves. I will find their souls. I shall douse the light. None shall resist us. What would you have of me? I'm listening. I will need fresh graves. I will need fresh graves. What would you have of me? I shall douse the light. What would you have of me? I will find their souls. I will need fresh graves. I'm listening. I shall douse the light. I'm listening. None shall resist us. I will need fresh graves. What would you have of me? I will find their souls. I shall douse the light. What would you have of me? I will find their souls. None shall resist us. I will need fresh graves. I'm listening. I will find their souls. I shall douse the light. None shall resist us. I will need fresh graves. I will find their souls. I will need fresh graves.
Resistance is
I'm
pointless.
Listening. None shall resist us. I will find their souls. I will need fresh graves. I will find their souls. I will need fresh graves. I will find their souls. None shall resist us.
All will
I'm
feel
listening.
misery.
None shall resist us. What would you have of me?
The light is our enemy.
I'm listening. What would you have of me? I shall douse the light. I'm listening.
That damnable stone gate has barred the way of the deep elves for centuries. It is time it is open. All will feel misery.
None shall resist us.
At long last, the stone crypt has been unmade. Our passage to the surface world is assured. Alas, we must await the passage of the burning wheel. It is all that stands between us and Ruanan's grave.